4 points. It's Monday Night Football. It's Bucks. It's Giants, and it's the continuation of quite a tradition we have for you. That coming up in a little bit. Tom Brady and the Bucks looking to start 6-2 to this season. They've not done that since 2002 when the Bucks won the Super Bowl. 6 minutes left in the first half. Bucks down 7-3. Brady sacked Leonard Williams. The Bucks failed to score a first half touchdown for the first time in their last 31 games. That ends the longest streak in the NFL. It was a very uninspired first half from Tampa. Meanwhile, Wayne Gallman just muscling his way in for a touchdown. Giants were up 14-6 at the half. Gallman had 12 carries, 46 yards, and that touchdown. Still early in the third, still 14-6, and Daniel Jones, stop me if you've heard this before, but he was picked off by Carlton Davis. Bruce Arians says, "You never apologize for winning. We made plays that counted, unlike Jones." I mean, Darius Slayton was wide open, and Jones just didn't see him. Later in the quarter, Bucks still down 14-9. Big connection there. Rob Gronkowski gets the 16-yard gain, moving down the field. Then first and goal from the 3, touchdown. Gronk, 4 catches, 41 yards, 1 touchdown. Hold on to the ball. Hang on. Gronk's 93rd touchdown connection with Brady. That is a lot. Giants possession again now, 1st and 10 from the 45. You got Jones to Evan Ingram. That's a gain of 30, so that's good. Giants kick a field goal. They reclaimed the lead. It was 17-15. Heading into the fourth. Deep breaths. Early fourth, still 17-15. Giants with a 2nd and 5. Jones under pressure. Picks. Described again as the young quarterback who's trying to do too much. 35 turnovers in 20 career starts for Jones. That was the 2nd pick of the game, and it turned into points for the Bucks. Brady, Mike Evans, touchdown. The 6th receiving touchdown in the red zone this season for Evans. He's tied with Travis Kelce and Adam Thielen for the most in the NFL. They're down there. He's dangerous. 1:30 to play. Giants still in this. They need a touchdown. They're down 25-17. Gain of 20 when Jones, out of the pocket, finds Sterling Shepard. The drive is alive. 33 seconds left. Jones, Golden Tate, back of the end zone. Score it. Both feet inbounds, and then he falls out of bounds. It's 25-23, so we need the 2-point conversion. And here we go. Jones to Dion Lewis. But oh my God, there's a flag on the play. Ball is knocked away by Antoine Winfield Jr. The discussion is had potential pass interference, but no, let's pick that up. Refs decide there is no penalty on the play, so the Bucks hold on to win this one. 25-23, and the Giants have once again lost another one by 4 or fewer points. That is their 4th straight, and the Bucks are now 6-2. Did you know, though, they trailed by as many as 11? The NFL has taught us anything this season is that kind of deficit does not matter. There have been 25 double-digit comeback wins this year, and according to Elias, that's the 2nd most through 8 weeks in NFL history. Here's to the Monday night tradition part, the continuation of a fun and bizarre twist to wild endings on Monday Night Football. This was back in 2000. Packers beat the Vikings in OT at Lambeau. That catch was ridiculous. It was then, it still is. Antonio Freeman, I mean, it bounced all over the place, and then he ended up in the end zone. 2012, still haven't forgotten this one, the Fail Mary. Again, the Packers, but this time beaten by the Seahawks, because that was called a touchdown for Seattle. And then after minutes of confusion and review, I remind you, by replacement referees, turned into a touchdown, and that was also the final game of replacement refs. The Panthers snuck by the Patriots 2013 thanks to the referees waving off the pass interference call on Luke Kuechly. See, the problem was that the officials ruled that Gronk couldn't have caught the ball. No, he couldn't because he was entirely wrapped up. He didn't have access to his arms. And that brings us back to the Bucks and Giants, and Antoine Winfield Jr. flagged on the 2-point attempt. Like I said, the refs picked up the flag. Here's the reason why. Quote, the defender contacted the receiver simultaneously as the ball came in order to have a defensive pass interference. It has to be clearly early and hinder the receiver's ability to make the catch.
I thought Nate made the right call when he threw the flag. So I'm not sure why it got picked up. We had a pretty good view. I know they can't use the Jumbotrons for replay. We had a pretty clear view of that as well. But I thought Nate made the right call the first time. I thought, normally your first instinct is the right one. So that's all I'm going to say about the officiating.
Well, the ball hit Antoine in the back. I mean, it was, to me, there was no pass interference. I thought it was a good call. I don't know why it took so long, but, he had his hands out. There was no contact. The ball hit him in the back.
It was a great play. I think he sensed the ball was coming and put his arm out. Ball hit him in the arm. And it was a game-saving play for us.
Well, one thing's for certain, when you've got a big-time call or no call at the end of a game like that, one side's not going to be happy afterward. With that, we welcome in Jeff Saturday. Jeff, Tampa Bay hangs on for the win, but it was not pretty. What did you make of their performance Monday night?
The old saying, defense wins championships, Tony. This is the Bucs right now, right? Their defense kept this game alive. I mean, you think about what they did. They forced Daniel Jones to make throws late, feel uncomfortable all night. Again, this was an ugly win. They know it. Everybody knows it. You watch the game. No one was ever comfortable on the Tampa Bay sideline. They had a good game plan against Tom Brady. They would rush 4, they would rush 3, they would drop guys in coverage. They did a lot of things. So you saw him pumping, sometimes pulling the ball down, thinking he was going to get sacked even when no one was around him. The Giants played a heck of a ball game, just not quite enough. And again, the Bucs defense, everybody talks about Brady and that offense. The Bucs defense is the reason this team is where they are. Give them a ton of credit because, again, they gave up some runs, but when it mattered, they stopped them. Heck of a performance on them on that backside of that defense.
Yeah, and it's not going to get any easier for them. Big matchup for the Bucs next weekend as they host the Saints. Now, Jeff, on the other side of the ball of Monday night's game was another up-and-down performance from Daniel Jones. The Giants are now just 1-7 and appear headed for another top 5 draft pick. With that in mind, how would you evaluate the 23-year-old Jones? Now 20 starts into his NFL career.
Yeah, roller coaster, right? I mean, when you think about him, he'll do some things that wow you. I mean, you can think about plays this season where, you're just kind of shocked that, man, great throw, great play, athletic, can make these big runs. And then he makes these bonehead plays, and it's like 4 or 5 a game, which the reality is most football games come down to 4 or 5 plays, which decide it one way or another. And last night, no different than how Lamar Jackson played against the Steelers and cost his team. Daniel Jones did yesterday. If he protects the ball, I think this is a different game. The Giants defense kept him in it, was playing good. I know it's got to be frustrating. When you're talking about a top 5 pick coming in, whether it's Trevor Lawrence, Justin, I lost his mind, at Ohio State, Fields at Ohio State. I mean, these guys can absolutely play. So the upside of those guys, I think, is higher than what Daniel Jones has shown. Not sure what they'll end up deciding to do, but you can't survive in the NFL being inconsistent. And that's what Daniel Jones has given you. He's giving you a breath of hope, and then he takes it out of you. It just could not be more frustrating if you're on that Giant sideline because, again, the throws are late, his timing is off, and he tries to force things to happen, which never works in the NFL. So a roller coaster will be the way I would frame his career so far.
And to your point about the inconsistency, Jones has 35 turnovers in 20 NFL starts. The Giants visit Washington next week. Jeff is going to be back with us a little later with his teams to watch in the second half of this season. Thank you, Jeff.
This morning, we've got 4 NFL teams going about their business remotely and or without key personnel, like the Ravens and Marlon Humphrey. He has the coronavirus. Humphrey played every defensive snap Sunday against the Steelers. Green Bay, they're in action Thursday night against the Niners. They're going to play that game without their running back, A.J. Dillon. He, too, COVID-19 positive. The Cardinals are without 2 of their players, including Devin Kennard. And the Browns are working virtually on their bye week after a player reported symptoms of the coronavirus. And now the NFL is preparing for a postseason that could include 16 teams instead of the planned 14. It's according to our Chris Mortensen, who says the plan is to allow for flexibility in scheduling as bye weeks start to now disappear. A just-in-case situation if games are lost due to an outbreak. The 16-team format would include 8 teams from each conference.